Roy store.
That might be where we need to get supper.
So this is now the post office. That's the big.
That's awesome.
Hey guys, want to shed a few pounds? You need Nutrisystem for that. 18 pounds of energy into your first month.
Okay, so Craig, tell us what we got here.
All right, this right here is this is bass, and basically, after we catch these fish, we go in and take the scales off of them, and take the insides out, cut the heads off, and leave them whole. And that's how they cook better like that, because anything closer to the bone has more flavor. So these whole fish like this are like that.
So what's the small one?
That's a brim.
To me, Bream is the best of all of Mississippi's catch. I mean, like, I'm a huge fan of catfish. I'm specifically a Simmons catfish girl. But to me, that's like Mississippi lobster right there. Yeah.
Myself, I'm a little partial to the white perch or the crappie.
Yeah.
That is, in matter of fact, Lake Washington here is the number 2 crappie lake in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And so, that is the fish that we go and, catch most of there.
I gotcha.
It's a real white, real clean fish. And so, I love brim.
I
love crappie.
These are the 2 that my Uncle Tim fries when my Uncle Tim does family fish fries, and so I think that's why I'm so emotionally attached to these 2 guys.
Well,
You want to see what it's looking like?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's looking perfect.
Those tails are gonna get crunchy.
Yeah. And cooking this fish like this, and caveman style, so to speak, is these things are going to be done here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, really quick.
You can start tell when they start flipping up there a little bit, and they're starting to split along the back.
Right.
They're done.
Yeah.
Get something to put them in.
Yeah. Let's All right. So.
Well, definitely the brim. The smaller fish is definitely ready. We may give the bass just a touch more time.
So these were caught here on property?
They were caught right over here at Lake Washington, and so we could walk across the street, fish right there.
Fishing.
All right, we're gonna pull brim. See where it split across the back right there?
That's how you tell?
That's how you tell.
Awesome.
I'm gonna give this just a minute more.
That's just right. Just right.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Excellent.
Really good. Yeah, so we just lay them all out there.
Yeah.
All right. So I did my kind of chefy thing on 3 of these guys. We used some of Greek seasoning from Townsend Spice, one of my favorites. And then that's the fish was stuffed, some of it with a little lemongrass, all of it's got some lemon, some butter, and some miso in those. Kind of snuck in some miso a little later. These are Meyer lemons. They're
Almost like an orange lemon.
yeah. I mean, they're like, there's just some butter.
Oh, they smell so good.
It does, doesn't it? Let's see, a little butter on the inside. So Craig, what's the difference in these fish?
Well, the larger fish, are the bass. They're largemouth bass. It's a species indigenous to Lake Washington and in this area. And the smaller fish are the brim. They bed up every May. That's when they go and the males go in, fan the beds, and get them prepared for the females to move in.
Right.
And the females lay the eggs, and then the males fertilize the eggs. But after the first full moon in May, the males move in, and they're very, very protective of the beds.
Oh.
So anything you throw on top of the beds like a cricket or a jig or minnow or anything like that,
Right.
they're going to immediately hit it because they're protecting.
Protecting, right.
And-
so they're
and
not
so-
just eating,
Right.
they're defending. Oh, yeah, that's true. You right, Doc, you right.
Science.
Boy, that lemon smells good on those cold.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of just playing right now. We're using an herb brush with just some Meyer lemon juice just to kind of hit that fish so that everything that touches it gives it flavor. We're cooking as close to farm to table as you can get, and it's not even farm to table. It's sort of harvesting from the wild to the table, you know, and so
It's coming straight from the lake to the grill to your table.
right. So I want to treat it with, you know, like it's something special because it is.
Well, I mean, that's our whole philosophy in not only in my hunting club, but me personally is the proper, you know, I guess you call respect of the animal or the fish, and harvesting it and treating it properly and cleaning it and cooking it and getting it to the table and treating it with the utmost respect all the way through, because
Right.
that's actually what feeds me and my family in the end, is what I go out and I hunt and I harvest. And so it has to be done properly. It has to be done right.
Right.
And so that's what we have here. You know, it's gonna be
Good.
And the way we're cooking this fish here, you know, we're on the roll up lump directly, and it cooks so fast and with such a high heat, and it gets a good char on the outside of the fish while it still leaves the inside of the fish tender, and the lump charcoal is all natural, so you don't have to worry about the additives, you don't have to worry about anything, the chemicals, you don't have to worry about any of that getting on your food. This wood goes straight from straight into the kilns from its natural state.
Right,
you know,
right.
so there's nothing added to it, and so that's why
There's a
you
little
can.
hot guy on that one.
That's why you can cook directly on it.
Right.
And just look how beautiful. I
It's
mean,
lovely. Yeah.
that miso and that butter is melting in that
Yeah,
cavity.
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think when the guys inside eat that and they that miso hits them, they're
Right.
gonna be like, wow.
Right. Well,
What
we're
is
gonna
that?
take at least one of these that has the lemon and the herbs and the miso, and we're gonna pull the meat off of it and add it to some cream cheese with a little bit of hot sauce.
Stop it.
Craig, a
Stop
little bit
it.
on a cracker.
Oh, you're gonna make this
Right?
fat boy cry.
Man,
I
I don't know if that's too fancy for y'all.
Well,
Wow, not after today.
I'll give it a shot. I ain't scared.
You ain't scared, are you? Yep, I see you, Craig.
I know what I'm doing.
I know where you are.
Picking up what you've been now, fool.
Yeah.
Good doing that bacon bacon sausage. Food was a lot better last night at 12:30 at night than it was at 9 o'clock with my 12 eggs that I cooked.
All 12 of them eggs.
Figure you cooked all 12 of them? I said, man, fat people cook everything they got.
Oh, thank you.
It's getting dark.